on, guys? Welcome on into the Bills schedule preview and predictions. 2026 is here. Myself, Seth Douglas, and Greg Andrews also popping in here in just a minute to join the fellas. Guys, we are breaking down the Bills schedule. Are they a playoff team? Are they finally going to get that Super Bowl berth? And is Josh Allen finally going to get a ring? We will find out here very, very shortly. Let us know if you guys got any questions, thoughts, disagreements with us on any of the games that we say. And we look forward to having some fun here with you guys. So that said, Greg is hopping in the show. My man, good to see you as always. This should be a fun one here. Seth, before we get into the schedule, my man, your 2025-26 takeaways from the Bills. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I got my Broncos shirt on here today. This is not because I wanted the Broncos. It's just to remind everybody that Josh Allen got something to fight for here this season. I thought it was a BSL at the end there. The Bills should have been in the Super Bowl. They still would have lost to the Seahawks, but I think they got screwed. But that said, Seth, your takeaways, man, 2025.
I think it was a good showing. I think we're at the precipice, vocabulary for you guys today, precipice of the Bills.
Dictionary.
Yes, dictionary. I think the Bills are at the point where it's like, all right, are they going to do it or not? I think we've seen over the course of a lot of sports playoffs, we just seen the Knicks win their championship. If they didn't win it this year, it was just going to be an onslaught of the Spurs for the next couple of years. So I feel like the Bills are in that same spot. They have to win now, or I don't think we're ever going to see them in the Super Bowl.
Greg, how we feeling?
That's the truth. You couldn't be any closer to it, Seth, because this team last season, with Josh Allen at the helm, anything is possible. But the issues that they faced, I hate to say this to you, Bills Mafia, any team, any fan, I should say, would be happy with a 12-5 record. But Bills Mafia, every season, it's Super Bowl or bust. 12-5 is a great record, but guess what, guys? Your defense let you down. I think your receiving core let you down a bit because you lost huge games against your division rivals, including the Dolphins. Had you won that game, you would have been possibly in a better position heading into the playoffs. And I'll put it this way. The biggest game of last season was that New England loss that you guys had that you could have won. You were so close. Had you won, guess what would have happened? You would have flip-flopped spots with the New England Patriots. Your road to the Super Bowl would have been what the Patriots did. I'm not going to say they would have gotten through Denver, but that road they could have taken at 13-4. If they had tied, but they beat Patriots, they won the season series, guess who is moving on, getting the better spot? Still a rough road, but I still think it was a letdown overall, considering Josh Allen, Super Bowl MVP contender every single season. But it was a letdown if you're a Bills Mafia fan. But anybody else, I would say 12-5 is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I think the only problem with this Bills thing is that every year it's the same conversation. Basically, yep. It might be one more playoff game that they get, one less playoff game that they get, but it's the same conversation every single time. They keep falling short. Obviously, McDermott did fall on the stick. A lot of people disagree with that. I was a huge fan. Seth and I, big Steelers fans. We kind of saw that. We're like, whoa, hang on a second. We'll take Sean McDermott. Not a problem. Yeah. We brought in the Pillsbury Doughboy instead. So we'll see what happens there. But they kind of are saying it's not on Josh Allen. It's not on James Cook. It's not on the pieces around him. It's on you, Sean McDermott. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. I don't like the replacement. So we'll see what happens there. But guys, let's move on through here to the beginning of the season. One more time, just to remind you folks, the final game of the year, 33-30 in overtime. The Bills lose to Denver. Denver obviously go on to lose to the Patriots, and the Patriots go on to lose to the Seahawks. But the game before that, just a quick reminder, Bills did go challenge the Jags on the road and got a big win there as well. So they can win the big ones, guys, especially on the road. But we're moving on through here. Going to skip through these preseason games. You guys don't care about preseason, neither do we, whatever. Bills, Texans, first one here on the road in Houston. A lot of people picking this Houston team to be a deep team, to potentially be a Super Bowl team with that defense. DeMeco Ryans got it going on. No offense, I don't think CJ Stroud is a Super Bowl quarterback, but he might not need to be. So that said here, Greg, I'll come to you first, my man. Week 1 on the road, getting tested here. Do they get it done?
I was hoping you were going to call on me for this one. I was really hoping, because for me, the biggest test is it's the start of the season, it's the end of the season. They have 2 big gauntlets. They got to start strong, they got to end strong, or guess what? Your playoff positioning, if you even have a chance for it, could be denied, or you might be that last wild card in. And guess what? You could be playing Denver in the first round if they aren't the 1 seed. You could be playing the Patriots as the wild card. So what I'm saying to you is, last season, they lost 23-19 against a Houston team that obliterated them defensively. 8 sacks, 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery for them. Buffalo was -3 in the turnover category. They had the offense's number for Buffalo. They made Josh Allen's life a living hell. It was ridiculous. I'm going Houston. I was going to say, now that I thought about it, did more research, I'm going Houston this one, but not by much. It's going to be another close game. But that Houston defense, man, if they can keep doing what they did last year, they could run away with it.
I like that. I like that, Greg. I think I'm going to be with you and jump on this bandwagon with you. I'm going to take Houston. I'm going to go a different route just because I just don't know the turnaround factor of the Bills defense. We know that they're getting a new defensive coordinator. He's coming in to switching up the scheme up, going from a 4-3 to a 3-4. So I think that's going to take a little bit of time for that locker room just to get used to running that type of scheme, because they've been running a 4-3 for a very long time. So I just feel like, just off the fact that new scheme, just a new season, still trying to figure out pieces, figure out what everybody can do well. That's where I'm going to lean towards Houston and get the dub.
Can I add real quick to that? One thing I would say, too, is remember, new offensive coordinator, old OC is now the head coach.
Right.
Now they have Pete Carmichael running the offense. What's it going to look like? How are they going to use DJ Moore, who's coming off a subpar season, even though he did have 6 touchdowns in Chicago, but he has gone downhill since 2023. He can add a little bit more edge to that wide receiving room, that vertical threat that could open up the running game. I would say the biggest question, and Seth, you tell me how you feel about this. They gave up 40 sacks, the offensive line, last season. How do you think their offensive line is going to be this year? I know they've had a couple guys they lost, but they think they found their pieces at left tackle, which is the biggest hole they had to fix. What do you think? Because I think the offensive line could be 40 sacks again. It could spell disaster for their season.
Mm-hmm. I think they've added some key pieces, especially you mentioned the left tackle spot, but I think they really honed in on the interior, so your guard tackle grouping. So I think that middle of the pocket for Josh Allen is going to be his safe haven, so he can step up instead of running outside the pocket and trying to create a little bit more than he really needs to. So, but I want to go back to your point about how they added the new OC. I don't really think a lot's going to change, in my opinion. I think Joe Brady is still going to be at the helm. He's still going to be puppet master, even though he's got the head coach title.
That's the word from Buffalo, is he's still going to be more hands-on with the offense and not taking a step back. So
I think Joe Brady's actually still going to put Josh Allen in a lot of comfortable situations that, they worked through a lot over their tenure with each other. So I think nothing's really going to change. I think it's just more or less, like you said, it's going to fall more on the offensive line and the skill positions to see if Josh Allen can push this team forward.
That's your answer you wanted, Greg?
He agreed with me, so he's on the right ship right there, man. We'll sail away with that.
All right. For me, guys, this is a 1-0 Bills start, even though obviously I have my doubts here. I think the defense week 1, they always say defense plays so well early on, whatever. This is just, to me, a pissed off Josh Allen. And once again, to say what I said earlier, I think it's kind of a same thing, different year kind of thing. Like, he always comes in a little pissed off about how things ended. but
Mhm.
they got to prove it this year. And I think this is a team that is a will we see them down the line team. This is a team that you could have to meet later in the playoff. And for that reason, I just don't think Josh Allen falls to CJ Stroud. If they do lose, it ain't going to be because CJ Stroud puts on a clinic. I can tell you that much. It would be the other way around.
Do you think because I'm forgetting to mention that Josh Allen is coming back from a foot injury. Do you think he's going to still be very Superman-like early in the season? Because I think he is going to take. I think you say that again.
Put that X-ray, that X-ray picture on the screen with the dog inside. It's Josh Allen.
Hey, I agree with you on that part, but I feel like we've been alluding throughout this whole show so far that he doesn't need to be Superman. So with the foot injury,
he is Superman, and I think he will be Superman because
he always puts the team on his back.
Yeah. He always does. Every single time he puts the team on his back.
But that's the problem.
You can't tell me that if his ankle's bothering him.
Game number 1.
That's the problem.
You can't tell me
34-19, came back and won the game.
Yeah.
Exactly. If he's banged up.
I see that, but I think Houston's defense is just too strong, man. They're so strong. They're one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had the medicine.
Then why didn't they go
deeper?
The
virus.
Why didn't they go deeper?
Had no medicine to correct.
Why did the Texans go deeper?
Why didn't the Texans go deeper if they're so good?
Well, CJ Stroud.
Nico Collins was out.
Great.
Injuries.
So the Bills can win week 1, 13-10.
All right,
that's true.
It
can go either way. That's why I said it's going to be close.
It's going to be close. Look, it's going to be
real close. It's not going to be a runaway. It ain't going to be 40, 14, nothing like that. It's going to be a one-score game. Come down to the last possession. It's whoever's going to have the ball last. That's who's going to win the game. I'll put it that way. I still think it's going to edge in the Texans' favor because they are in Houston. So give them that little bit.
Greg, I'm going to disagree with you here. I think whoever has the ball last loses the game. I don't think Josh goes on a game-winning drive, and I don't think CJ does either. So for me, I actually think whoever has the lead of 2 minutes to go is going to win that football game. But we'll see 2 really good kickers as well.
Yeah.
So you never know. We could see 55, 60-yarder. We saw my boy Chris Boswell beat the Jets last year on a 60-yarder in week 1. So kickers got it out the gate as well. So who knows, man? It's going to be a good game, guys. But we got to keep moving here. Week 1. So is that a I got Bills, Greg?
I got Houston on that one. I had Bills earlier, and then I changed my mind right now.
Texans. I got Texans.
So you're both Houston. All right. So 1-0 for me, 0-1 for the fellas. Moving on through here, guys. Week number 2. We got the Lions coming to town. Prime time, 8:15 p.m. in Buffalo. I'll go first here. Give me the Bills to start 2-0. The Lions, a very good football team, also coming off kind of a down year. I think the whole surprise, the Lions are a good football team last year, kind of bit them in the ass because everybody knew at that point, no more screwing around with the Detroit Lions. But Seth, you know me, and the one spot I don't like taking Jared Goff if I don't have to take him is on the road outdoors. I don't like him outside, and I just think he's going to struggle here. Josh Allen's going to murder that team, especially if they come off a loss like you guys think against Houston. I like Josh here to get it done. I just think if this comes down to quarterback versus quarterback, very similar defenses, I'm going to take Josh Allen in his own house in a sold-out crowd. But Seth, coming to you, man, is this the first win for Buffalo?
I say so. Just how you alluded to this being the first home game is going to be opening night for the new stadium. So you they got to get a dub for that. Also, I would like to mention that this is one of, I believe, 6 or 7 primetime games that the Bills will be in this year. This team is going to be on TV a lot. They're going to have the spotlight on them. So they have to make sure they take care of business when they have their opportunities. And also, I would like to mention this team is going to be traveling a lot this year too. They're going to be one of the highest teams when it comes to travel miles. They're not on the 49ers level this year, but they are definitely in the top 5. But whenever they get home or home games, they got to take advantage of those. So I think they do pull this one out.
I do want to throw it out there. I guess Greg will come to you first. Greg, is this a must-win game for you if they do start 0-1?
Absolutely. It's like I said, they can't start cold. This first stretch of games, they have 5 out of their first 6 games against teams above 500 from last season. 4 out of those 5 teams were in the playoffs last year. If they fumble, no pun intended, in the beginning of the season, and let's say they go 4-2, those 2 losses can come back to haunt them, especially if they're playing New England, which they do in week number 4. They have to keep things inside that AFC, not just the division, but the conference. They got to win every single one of those games this year if they want a chance of dethroning the Patriots. And I'm going to agree with both of you. I think they're going to put a shellacking on Detroit. I don't trust Goff outside either. And you cannot christen your new stadium with a loss. No way. And that stadium's beautiful, by the way. And I think, Alan, like you said, he's got a chip on his shoulder from last season. He didn't like the way things went down. You know he's pissed. Bills Mafia is pissed about losing the AFC East crown to the Patriots and Drake May, who did have an incredible season. You got to give the kid credit for that. Played out of his mind. 1 vote shy of the MVP, by the way. Let's all remember that. So I will say shellacking. Detroit doesn't stand a chance. I do agree. Josh Allen's just going to take another step in this direction of, hey, we got to win this year. Let's prove it to the new coach. Let's prove it to the fans. Let's prove it to the whole NFL that we're in it this year. We want to get to that Super Bowl. We want to get that ring finally for Buffalo Bills fans.
Yeah.
Well, let me throw it out there. Yes, 1 vote short of the MVP, which, obviously we saw people rigged. They rigged it. They had to give it to America's new little sweetheart couple and Drake May and his little girl who makes cookies every game. Like, they tried to do that, right? And then what happened to them in Denver, the way that they got screwed out of the Denver game, man, I just don't see how he's not in demon mode. I just don't see it. So looking forward to it, guys. This will be a fun one. All right, so you guys got them 1-1. I got them 2-0 to kick things off in the season. Moving on through week 3, the Chargers now coming to town on the 27th. Nice little day game here, 1:00 p.m. Eastern. Bills at home. I'm going to go ahead and go first again just to get my pick out the way. Greg, you might not know this about me, but Seth does. I think Justin Herbert and the Chargers are frauds with a capital F. They are every single year. Bro, they've been hyping this dude up since he came out of Oregon. Excuse my language. What the fuck has this dude done that is anything impressive at all that we act like he's this great quarterback? He's a good quarterback. He's good.
Say this.
Half the time he's mediocre. He's not top 5. He's not top 10. And stop telling me that he is. They are not walking into Buffalo after their little sunny little air-conditioned SoFi Stadium in LA, traveling across the country and beating Josh Allen. That ain't going to happen. Give me 3-0 for them Buffalo Bills. Greg, what you got?
Yeah, I got 2-1 for the Buffalo Bills on this. I don't think Herbert's really a fraud, but I just think he hasn't done enough to prove to anybody that he's elite. Is he a good quarterback? He's good, but we got those top 6 guys.
That's kind of a fraud, though.
Look, he's put up some. He's had good games, but he has not. No, he hasn't had a 380-yard game with 4 or 5 touchdowns multiple times. He's had great wide receivers, great tight ends, good running backs, good offensive line, and yes, underperformed the shit out of what he should have done. Excuse my language. Yes, I agree with that. He has underperformed considering the hype. Yes. Is he elite? No, but he's definitely in the top tier of that top 10 quarterbacks in the league. But power is shifting. A lot is changing. AFC is getting more competitive. We could still say Patrick Mahomes is elite, but he does underperform at times. Look at the Bills game last year. Didn't really do jack. Really struggled in that game. But the power shifting for quarterbacks. And I got you. Yes, you're right. Chargers, not going to get this one. Bills go 2-1. Again, playing at home. Big win, especially going to New England the following week.
Lord knows Seth got something to say, so go ahead and get it off your chest, Seth.
I already saw a look on his face.
He doesn't like the Herbert talk, which I just don't. It's like, bro, like it's okay to admit it. Sometimes the truth hurts. I understand, but it's okay to accept it at this point. We're like 50 years in at this point. This dude's still mediocre. I just don't understand.
We're 50 years into Josh Allen, and he hasn't done shit either. Excuse my language.
Are you going to say that? Are you even going to compare the two, though? Are you really going to say that Herbert even?
He's won the AFC crown how many times?
Herbert's not even in the conversation with Josh Allen.
Well,
Not even.
we gotta look at the reason why he's in the MVP class. We just mentioned it like 5 times on the show already. He's Superman. He has to do everything. Of course, you're going to be the MVP when you have to do everything. But hold on, let's break this down.
Yeah, you better hurry up.
Let's hear it.
I got something for you.
I am just going to say I am very, very high on the Chargers this year, and don't be surprised if we do a fantasy league this year. You're going to see a lot of Chargers on my team. But
I hope you do.
hey,
Send me my money.
Greg knows Mike McDaniels. He is a top tier play caller, and matching that up with someone that hasn't had a play caller with Jack squat, Justin Herbert is your guy. And I'm going to tell you that Justin Herbert is due for a. I mean, he's had great seasons in my opinion, but he's due for a breakout season this year. Give me the Chargers to beat the Bills.
I do agree. McDaniel is the quarterback whisperer, and I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, Tua Tagovailoa." So many concussions. He played frayed at the end, afraid of everything. That's why his career has gone from super high, the 2023 season led the league in passing yards, to, well, we got to trade him, overpaid the hell out of him. That's Chris Greer's fault, but he's a quarterback whisperer. I'm going to say that Herbert could have a better season. Watch out for injuries, though. Watch out, especially if they try to make him a little more mobile this year, which they might. They might.
This is the season for Justin Herbert to have the breakout season that we've all been clamoring for. Riggs, I know you've been saying that.
With the way you're talking, it better.
It is. I'm telling.
It's the same conversation every year, bro. I can't keep listening to this guy.
He's going to have an elite offensive line, elite weapons, an elite running back, and Mario waiting for him. And then you pair that with a top tier play caller. Come on, y'all. Stop talking to me right now. This is the time.
Well, just understand though, since you want to keep, this is the time, this is the time. Cool. Well, when he sucks again, and it's the same shit again, I don't want to keep hearing that it's not Justin Herbert. He has you just mentioned the people around him and the coaches around him.
I know
What's the excuse now?
He's got the full concoction of everything that needs to happen.
Now he has it.
Hey, if he doesn't win his first 4 games, no more talk about him. Like if he goes like 2-2 and doesn't win all 4 of his first games,
he'll go 2-2.
No more talk.
He'll start 2-2, 100%.
I don't know what the schedule looks like, so
here's the problem. Yeah, well, this might have to be the show crew for the Chargers show. I don't know if we'll ever get through the show, but we might have to fucking do it, honestly.
Let's keep debating.
Yeah, here's the thing. Justin Herbert, my number one knock on him, on top of the fact that he looks like an NFL quarterback. He just don't play like one. But here's the thing. The guy doesn't clutch, Seth. Like just being honest. If there's 5 game-winning drives in a year where he has the ball, 2.5 minutes, a timeout, and he's at home in SoFi, he wins one of them. I just don't understand how the guy, after all this time, he's been at the helm for how long there in LA. He has the play caller beats him on his chest. We trust you more than anybody in the world, and he can't even do his job. And I'm just, oh, by the way, and if they get stopped 4 times and then Cam Dicker drops a 62-yarder, I don't want to hear, "Oh, Justin Herbert got him there." I don't want to hear that shit. Go down there, score a touchdown, and win the game, but he doesn't. And he just doesn't. So, whatever. I'm just being real. But anyway, we got to keep moving or we're never going to get through this. But anyway, so I got to win here. Greg, you got to win here. Seth. Okay. All right. Moving on through here. The Patriots. We got a little rivalry here for the division. I will go ahead and put it out there. I was on a show yesterday with Lou, and Lou took the Bills to sweep the Patriots across the board in both of their games this season, and he took the Bills to go ahead and get the division, and that was in the Patriots preview, so make sure to check that out if you guys have not yet. But that said, first time that they meet here is going to be in Buffalo. Once again, another home game for the Buffalo Bills, 1:00 p.m. Seth, coming to you first, man. Do you like Drake May or Josh Allen here?
Short and sweet. Give me Josh Allen.
All right. Greg.
I think this is probably the biggest game of their season. Obviously, kind of put it 1A this game, 1B later in December. Mm-hmm. If they want to win the AFC East, they want to make it to the playoffs, they have to win both of these games this year because last year proved to them the Patriots are for real. And guess what? They just got a hell of a lot better because now Drake May has A.J. Brown in that wide receiving room, and you know he's going to try to prove a point. He was talking all that shit, getting out of Philly, wants to be somewhere, and guess what? He's got a quarterback that looked the part last year, delivered, didn't have the greatest wide receiving core, made it happen. Spread the love, guys. I was looking over it. I think he had 6 or 7. I'm actually looking at it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wide receivers with over 200 yards receiving. And let me see here. That's 6 of the guys had 30-plus catches last year, and a couple of them were tight ends. He's playing kind of, I'm not going to make the comparison like and say, oh, he's Tom Brady. No, but what he does that's similar to Tom Brady is he doesn't need a true number 1 receiver. He proved that last year, but guess what he's got now? A true number 1 who is a lot better than Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, A.J. Brown's coming in there, and he's going to be like, I got something to prove, and I can guarantee
I'm telling you right now, he's lucky if he averages 5 catches a game.
Riggs, if you think A.J. Brown is not about to get the boatload of the...
He's going to get a buttload. Oh, my God.
5 a game.
You're tripping.
5 a game.
You're crazy. He's going to get a lot more than that. Because remember,
I'm being realistic.
He's going to be good. No, Riggs might be right. Because double coverage, he's going to throw hell under the defenses.
He's about to get, put it this way real quick, he's going to get the DK Metcalf treatment.
Yes,
and that's
absolutely.
the problem.
That's fine.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying AJ sucks. I'm just saying I don't think he is the answer to all problems here. It's like the Steelers did with Pittman. If you don't bring in another one, you're going to learn really quickly that that's great. Ask Stephon. Like, it's great that you got one good receiver out there, but how far is it going to get you when you play the good defenses?
You need a 2. Yeah. I mean, I would, like you said, the best example is 2023, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. How do you cover both of them? You can't double both. Who else are you gonna leave open? It's the same scenario. So I hear what you're saying, Riggs. I'm gonna eat up what you're delivering there. I get it 100%, but I still think they have a dual threat. They have 2 running backs that can prove either one's out there. You don't have to run one guy, 12 times in a row. Switch them out. They'll open up play action. They'll open up the wheel routes. They're going to be able to find guys with those slot receivers coming over the middle. It's going to open things up. And then you know what happens then? A.J. Brown gets wide open. And he's a playmaker. He is a playmaker. Let's not forget that. He could also be dual threat. He could be used to make some running plays. Some end around, stuff like that. I could see him getting a little clever and tricky, try to get cute this season, maybe, now that he's on there. But I'm going to say I take the Bills.
Yeah, I want to throw 2 things out there real quick, just to give credit. I don't think Hunter Henry gets the respect that he deserves either, to be fair. I think in the past game, I'm not going to give him like Trey McBride status, but he is almost that kind of importance to the offense moving the ball through the air. So I do think Hunter Henry does deserve his flowers. And secondly, like you just mentioned, Greg, it's a Vrabel team. They're okay to run the football and beat you. They're going to look like the Steelers generally do. They're going to just run it up your throat again and again and again and again. And then when AJ's corner falls down, see ya. There's 70 yards right there. Yep. Thanks so much. Touchdown. Hunter Henry, 3rd and 3. They could run it up the middle. They could throw it to AJ. They could go fade. They could go Hunter Henry across the middle. They got options. It's there. I'm just saying. Seth, you want to grab AJ Brown for your fantasy team and add it to all them Chargers? I'm cool with it. That's all I'm saying, dog.
He might be on the big board. I don't know yet. He might be there.
Yeah. Well, you seem pretty confident there a second ago. I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you that it don't matter. It don't matter if there's double coverage, triple coverage. They're throwing him the ball. Like there's not.
It's not 2017, brother.
They didn't go through all this just to throw him the ball 5 times. Like
you don't think they overpaid him?
Absolutely. They were desperate. They were desperate.
Well, they did overpay him, but they did overpay him.
Overpaid, underpaid. He's on the roster.
Yeah.
No. Overpaid is what Tua Tagovailoa got. That's overpaid. AJ Brown. Let's see how he does in his first 4 or 5 games. If he's not getting only 5 receptions and like 50 something yards, I'm going to say, and at least if he's average, if he's doing that, but he's getting a touchdown a game, 100% worth the price.
Yeah.
If he's catching touchdowns, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Not averaging 150 yards a game and 4 touchdowns on the season. That's garbage.
Mhm.
If you're not catching touchdowns, you're not winning games. He catches touchdowns. That's when I said he's a playmaker. Look out for him. He's going to surprise a lot of people, but got to learn that offense. Got to learn that
All right, so
offense.
final picks, Seth.
I got the.
I thought we're talking about the Bills here, right?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
the
we're
Bills
just
on.
really getting into the Patriots. I did the Patriots show yesterday too, so for me, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm in that mode. But sorry, Seth, you got who?
Bills.
Bills.
Same here.
Bills.
Getting in that homestand
Yeah.
before they get on the road, man.
Bro, I got to be careful here with my schedule prediction, but I got the Bills too. So give me the Bills again. What's that? 4-0 for me for Buffalo to get things going here. And then prime time's right around the corner, October 12th. They are flying their butts to LA to take on the Rams in prime time. Greg, one more thing you don't learn about me, brother. I don't like Matt Stafford and the Rams. I think they're overrated too.
The
Don't
biggest-
like him.
So
Your biggest hater.
Huh?
Hater.
what?
You.
I don't like
What you got for me, Greg?
I don't like him either. I'm
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
going to make it short.
This is great.
I already said
This is
the
great.
biggest problem for the Buffalo Bills has been the run defense. Their pass defense is great. I think they could stop Matthew Stafford in his tracks and could be like, all right, who are you going to throw to? They're going to be covering all your guys. Try to run the ball. Okay. Maybe Solomon, maybe Chubb. You got Oliver back. You got Milano back. If they could stay healthy, and I would say I think everybody, both of you guys can agree with me. In the game of football, if it's high school, college, pro, it doesn't matter. Injuries happen. It's a sport where our guys play hurt, not injured. There's a difference. I played the game. I know. If they can stay healthy, and even as early as this time of the season, injuries happen. Take a look at what happened to Tyreek Hill, blowing out his knee. Ugh. But anyways, if they could stay healthy and all these guys are back, and it looks like Oliver's back at practice, obviously, everybody's back. Everybody's healthy. If they can stay healthy, that could be the game changer for their season, and especially in games like this, where you've got a pocket passer, you've got 4 supposedly great quarterbacks in the top 10 of the league that you're facing in on Detroit, on LA, New England, and the Rams. Sorry, there's 2 LAs. I keep forgetting. So those 2 guys, you got Chubb, you got 3-4, they're going to be watching the ball for the run. They're going to be able to hopefully shut down the pass with their great secondary. So I'm going to say going into LA, I think they could come away. No, I'm not going to say they're going to come away with a win. I hate to say it. I think they're going to blow it because they got to travel all the way from New England, all the way to LA. I think they're going to be tired. I'm for some reason, I just got that feeling like the Rams are just going to just do something better when they're at home. And I got the Rams squeaking a win out of here. Just barely.
Excuse me. I'm gonna agree with you, Greg. I think this is going to be another game of the year caliber type of game, because I believe last year this was a game of the year candidate. So I'm gonna go with that same train of thought, and I'm gonna go with obviously Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams Devontae Adams, Blake Corum, Kyron Williams. Like, I just can keep naming the names that the Rams have, and it's just like, what are we talking about? That's just it. Rams.
So if this was us sitting here, what is this, week 5? If this was us actually sitting here week 5, when this comes back around, I'll be taking the Bills here in this spot. But for the sake of my schedule prediction, I'm going to take a loss here because I haven't taken one yet. And I just think it's realistic to say, okay, at this point, they will likely have gotten their first L. It could have came a lot earlier. It could come here. I actually think they win this one because personally, from at least a sports betting point of view, every time that I'm going to get a really good team against the Rams this year in big games, the Rams are going to be favored. I will be taking the dog spots against the Rams pretty much every time because I just think they're going to be overrated the entire year, as they are every year. So I just feel like it's going to happen. Also, look, Puka's been great, but at this point, I'm worried about Puka Nacua. I don't want to get too deep in it. It doesn't really matter here, but I think he's kind of one of these head case receivers, and I hope he fixes it because I think he's on a bad path of being, an OBJ, Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase, a little bit too cocky.
You think those off-field troubles this past season or in the offseason has been kind of lingering in his brain a little bit, or do you think he's going to forget it by week 5?
No, I just think he is a liability. he could pull a DK Metcalf and punch somebody in the face on the damn sideline. Like, I don't trust him. I just don't. I don't know.
You
I
are in
don't-
LA.
That far, but I agree to the standpoint of it is concerning of like Puka.
Bro, he's got
just-
women coming out saying he's like putting hands on him and stuff.
Yeah,
I just
I'm just
don't
saying
trust it.
it's from the standpoint of like the outside noise. Like, when have we ever? Yeah, hits. When have we ever heard anything about Puka Nacua? Like, you never heard anything about
This
him.
is the first time.
On you, anything in his?
You don't hear dirt on Kendrick Lamar, but we know what's happening. You know, sometimes. Yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah, I'm just saying, things go down in LA and they just sweep right under the rug right there, Seth. You know what I'm saying? So,
But
Yeah,
I do
just,
agree with you on that though.
yeah. But anyway, not that matters. It's just there's things about the Rams that I just don't think, whether it's Stafford staying healthy, Puka staying out of trouble. There's all these rumors about Aaron Donald coming back and not coming back. If he does come back, I feel like he's going to be like the attention guy of the thing. I don't know. I just got this feeling they're going to be a letdown. I don't know why. I just don't love it. They're a good team. They're a threat to beat everybody every week. They're the favorites by far to win the Super Bowl. I get it. But I do think Josh Allen beat them, but I have to go loss for my record predictions here in this one. So moving, you know what, just for fun, I'm going to say they beat the Rams, but they lose to the Patriots. Okay, there you go. We're good to go because I don't like the Rams. So anyway, cakewalk here, guys. October 18th, 4:25 p.m. Eastern. Go on the road to Las Vegas. I get that they got Kirk Cousins might be swag surfing. He's good for one swag surf a year where he beats a team he's not supposed to. Low key, the Bills do have these chokes every year against a bad team. It does tend to come a little bit later. It feels like, yeah, exactly. But I'm going to go ahead, unless someone has an argument here to keep things moving. I think we're all going to go win here against Las Vegas. Yes, we good? Okay.
Easy win.
All right, another win for the Bills here. Then the Ravens come to town November 1st, 1:00 p.m. Eastern. This is a must-see TV type of game here. People expecting both of these teams to be better this season. Seth, since you are a Steelers fan, I expect there not to be any biases here, but does Lamar Jackson walk into Buffalo and get a huge win here for his team?
I think so. I'm holding my reservations just because I love Jesse Minter. Shout out to the great DC at Michigan, national championship winning DC at Michigan. Shout out to him. But I just do not know what I'm going to get from him as the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. So I'm going to go with the Bills, but I think this is another very high scoring, very exciting game. I mean, I believe, what was this, week 1 last year when the Ravens and Bills played? Or no, that was, week 1 or the playoff.
Wasn't it 2 years ago with the toe tap?
Not
I might be
Mark
tripping.
Not with Mark Andrews. I could have swore they played
No, what's
earlier,
his
but
name? I'm tripping. The other tight end. I'm forgetting his name.
dang, what is his name? He's
Well,
with
why
the
am I
Giants.
tripping? This sounds terrible, Seth, but I was going to say the black one. But you know what I mean. I'm just being real. Likely. Thank you. Oh my God. I could not think of his name, but you know what I'm talking about. It was a compliment, bro. It was a compliment, folks. Phil. Anyway. All right, Seth. So Buffalo win for you here in this one. Greg, how does November start for the Bills?
I got them with a win. Last season, I mean, high flying, big scoring, quarterbacks putting up some crazy stuff. I mean, it was, like you said, it is must watch TV. Like Tio said, get your popcorn ready. This is going to be something you're going to want to watch, because I think we're going to get another one of those. And the only reason why I'm actually taking Buffalo in this, considering first they're at home, number one, and I think after a bye week, that fan base is going to be foaming at the mouth and saying, we got to get this big AFC win, keep the Baltimore Ravens beneath us, keep Lamar Jackson at bay, send the message that we are the team to hopefully beat in the AFC. Again, make your mark with New England, do it with Baltimore. And last season, I want to remind everybody, they were down 34-19 after 3 quarters. 22 points in the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. 22 points. Josh Allen had 4 total touchdowns, 33 of 46 passing, 2 rush TDs. The man puts it on his legs. I mean, he's a moose. You're inside the 5-yard line. Give it to him. Go behind your center. Push into the end zone. Coleman, 112 yards and a touchdown. Prater, 3 of 3 field goals. And that's the biggest thing I actually wanted to point out because you brought up their kicker. Matt Prater is not their kicker anymore. You know who their kicker is, guys?
No.
Tyler Bass. He got hurt, remember. That's the reason why they picked up Prater. So the bad news is the kicker, Prater, had a pretty solid season last year. Tyler Bass is a step down.
Oh,
Just really quick before we go. Prater last year, 90.5% field goals, 8th in the league. 21 attempts, 19 makes, long of 52, 40 to 53 extra points. Tyler Bass, the last two seasons, he didn't play last year, obviously. So 2023 and 2024, both years, 24 of 29. Solid as an extra point kicker. He's money. Yeah. So he's 84.5% career field goal kicker, Tyler Bass. Prater is better. I'm not saying it's a mistake they're bringing him back, but he is under contract. Prater was just signed for 1 year. Why have 2 place kickers? Doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to say Bills are going to take this. It's going to be a late field goal. I think Tyler Bass is going to pretty much make a little bit of a comeback this year because, again, those big games are going to come down to kickers, but it's going to be something with high-flying, high-scoring stuff. Bills.
Greg, I am 100%. If you don't know this about me, I went to kicking football is paid for all of my college. So I do have a thought.
You were a kicker?
I was. I have some thoughts on your kicker thing. I'm going to get right back to that. We'll talk about that after the show. But question here or comment here from YouTube. Greg, I'll go ahead and let you have this one. Coleman is pretty wishy-washy at times, though. How are we feeling about Coleman?
That's my question.
Or Seth, yeah, fire away.
I mean, look, even the best have their moments of being bad. They have drops. I'll ask you this. Did Tyreek Hill ever have a bad drop? Was he wishy-washy at times? Not every single wide receiver is going to be, hey, man, ultra consistent every single game, every single week. Every single ball that's thrown to him is going to be perfect, on the money. I'll ask you this. If you have a 38-inch vert and the ball is thrown 3.5 feet above a 6'2" wide receiver's head, here's a little math for you. Can he make the catch? What does it depend on? What's his arm span? How much higher can he reach? If the quarterback doesn't throw the ball perfectly and he's trying to make a play, it's not on the error for the wide receiver. It's on the quarterback, especially if he doesn't have he's not being touched. He's got feet planted, perfect positioning, throws the ball. And if it's just a crap throw, that's not on the receiver. That's on the quarterback. Yeah, he could be wishy-washy, but he could also be great at times when needed. Every wide receiver in the league, I don't care who you are, good games, bad games, it happens. Not always on the wide receivers.
Greg, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. But I'm going to have to put a halt to what you just said because there is no reason for Keon Coleman to be in this point at this time in his career. He came out of, he came from Michigan State, blew up there. Then he went down to Florida State, blew up there, and he was supposed to be a 50-50, go get it, catch the ball out the air, snatch it, red zone threat. He has not lived up to any of those expectations whatsoever. And I get the point that you're saying when it comes to, the ball is not always going to be in that perfect spot, depending on how high.
I'll say this, though. College doesn't translate to the NFL.
You're right.
It never does.
You're right.
I would say not 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, it doesn't. You take 2 out of 10 players that actually come out of college and they deliver on how they used to play when they were in college. It's a different animal, bigger, faster, stronger. College, I'm sorry, I love it more than I like the NFL when I watch games. You guys can probably agree with me on that, right? I mean, come on, college football is like, whoo, heart gets pounded a little bit more, adrenaline gets going. But
I like the NFL better. I'm sorry.
You do? I just like college because come on, man. But whatever. It doesn't translate the same way. And I think Keon Coleman, the problem with him was this. It just never translated. You could be 6'5" and still not be able to catch the big 50-50 balls in the end zone just because guess what? Focus isn't there. Randy Moss, why was he able to always get those 50-50s? He was a playmaker. He didn't care about getting hurt. He didn't think about, there's a guy coming out of my blind side about to, hit the crap out of me and put snot bubbles in my nose when I hit the ground. But yes, I think bigger expectations. He has underperformed. And with the size he has, he should be able to do a hell of a lot more than he's done. I mean, dude, what last year, 404 yards, 38 catches, and 4 touchdowns, 38 receptions.
Yeah.
I figured he'd probably be the true number 2.
See,
But it was Kincaid, a tight end, and then Knox after that. You had 2 tight ends, top 3 wide receivers.
yeah, that's my point though. You're saying how much he has the upside to do that, and he's had the upside through his college stint and up until his pro debut. It's just been I'll agree with you with the focus part, just trying to get used to the speed, but he already was very advanced, if you would say,
Yeah.
coming from college, because he was already bigger, stronger, faster than everybody that he played. So I feel like it's also a testament to the Bills offense trying to get him used to, or not used to, but just get him in better situations and positions for them to see him succeed. So I think it plays both hands, in my opinion.
I agree.
Fellas,
Yeah, you're right on
fellas,
that.
I don't want to cut off the Coleman talk, but we do got to keep moving here. But there you go, guys. Coleman pretty wishy-washy at times. There's your thoughts and answers from the fellas. The only thing I'll throw in there is that they kind of did that man dirty the way they threw him to the wolves in the media last year, but
I agree.
it wasn't performing. So like,
Loki.
I get it's business. I get it. So, but anyway, moving on through here, guys. We got to win. Also,
Minnesota.
by the way, if I didn't say it, I am taking the Bills to beat the Ravens as well. Then Bills at the Vikings, another primetime game here. We're thinking Kyler Murray. Guess it could be JJ McCarthy by this point in the year, but I'm pretty sure it's Kyler Murray. And by the way, for all you doubters out there, I can't wait for the Vikings show. You better tune in. I'm talking my shit about Kyler Murray, and I hope you guys are there to enjoy that one. But that said, this to me, guys, when I look at the whole schedule, this could be the one that is the one where we're like, what happened?
Yeah.
How'd they drop this one? It's a tough place to go play. It's Kyler Murray. I think he's going to have his way against this defense. One thing the Bills defense do struggle on is running quarterbacks sometimes. They can really struggle getting to the pylon quicker. Kyler Murray, you can like him, not like him, say he's too short. Well, he's fast as shit. He gets to the side quick. And I think he could be a problem here. And the deep ball could be a problem against Buffalo here in this one as well. Kyler's got a cannon on him. I think they win this one. But man, oh man. When the spread comes out, I'm taking the points here. Seth, what are you doing?
This one's hard because I feel like what the Vikings are doing to JJ McCarthy is a little rash, but that's for another topic. But like you said,
Real quick,
I
don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry. Real quick. Do you actually think it? To me, he's had his opportunities. He hasn't performed. He had one pretty good game last year, week 1, got way overhyped for it. Kyler Murray walked in there, and on day 1, he's already playing better than him, which is not a surprise to me. I don't think JJ's getting done dirty. I know you're a Michigan guy. I just think he kind of got exposed in the NFL, Seth. You two just talked about it not transferring. It didn't transfer with JJ McCarthy.
Well, can we add the caveat of him not being able to actually play his rookie year? So yes, you can get all the mind scenarios out the way on the sideline with your clipboard and all that stuff, but we all know playing the game is the best experience, and he was robbed of that due to his injury. So I think what we saw in his true first year last year was him actually going through the motions and actually learning on the fly. So I just feel like they seen it. They were like, ooh, it doesn't look the best, which I agree. It did not look the best, but he was still a rookie quarterback. So you got to give him time to figure it all out. But I know the Vikings are in win now mode. So I guess the time is not on their side, but
you're getting Kyler Murray for $1 million. If you don't give him a chance to see if he is Kyler Murray, who we think he can be, it would be a huge mistake. Because I like JJ, but if they get the good Kyler Murray out of Kyler Murray, that could be one of the greatest things to ever fall in their lap for 3, 4, 5 years moving forward. So I feel you
win-win.
like Tua. I don't think like Tua, to me, he's not going to have a revival of his career. I do think Kyler Murray can. I really do. So we'll see.
I'll make mine very quick. I think this game, like I agree with you, Riggs. This is going to be a very telling game just to see where both teams are at, because we're pretty much at the midway point almost, correct? So
Yep.
I think we're gonna see where both teams are at, and I think I'm a lean towards the Bills to get this win, but I think it is going to come down to what kind of Kyler Murray we see on this day, and if they can pull one out. But give me the Bills.
Greg?
I agree. I'm going to take the Bills in this, but it's going to be another close one. I think they'll have a lot of those again this season, just like they did last year. Yeah, I think it's going to just come down to Kyler Murray. Who's going to show up in that game? Is he going to be able to get outside the pocket and scramble when he needs to and get that, I'm not talking 3-4 yards at a time. I mean, man, when he runs, he's looking like just Michael Vick. He's not Michael Vick. Michael Vick was a different level, but still, he's got moves, he's got speed, he's got the agility, he can really get around, and he can make guys miss. How many times did we see him in a Cardinals uniform get outside the pocket and make a massive play on like a 3rd and 8 and go for like 18, 20 yards, or even take it all the way 40, 50 yards for a touchdown? It happens a lot. And the one thing I'll say, the reason why I'm saying it's going to be super close, I still think Josh Allen's just going to show up and he's going to be great, but he's going to put the team back on his back. He's going to have to rely on DJ Moore to kind of make some plays, do some vertical, get out there vertically and make something happen, open up the running game. They're going to have to really ground and pound big time, because that Minnesota defense, guys, go look up their stat lines all across the board: pass yards per game, rush yards per game, points allowed per game, sacks, everything. They're for real. They're not missing a whole lot there on the defensive side of the ball this year. They didn't lose a lot of guys. So going to be close, but again, it's going to be Josh Allen taking him on his back. And can that defense hold Kyler Murray between the tackles and not let him get outside? I'm going to say Buffalo squeaks it out, but they gotta control Kyler Murray. If he gets outside, they could lose that one. Containment.
Yeah. Upset alert could be there for the Vikings, but we're moving on through. Going to skip over this one here. Bills at Jets, unless someone has some crazy take here. I think it's a pretty easy pick at this point. I think Aaron Glenn gets fired today, November 15th. Thanks for playing, Aaron Glenn. But moving on through here, Dolphins. Greg, you are up to bat at the Bills. I'm sure you're not feeling great about this. And honestly, Greg, I'll be real with you. If you weren't here, we'd be skipping this game and going, okay, Bills, good to go. But Greg,
I'm going to get quick. It's going to be the Bills are going to kill him. Look, there's no Tyreek Hill anymore. There's no Jalen Waddle anymore. There's no Tua Tagovailoa. It's a totally gutted team. Gutted. They're trying. Look, they got rid of Tua Tagovailoa and took the dead cap hit because they're like, we'd rather just be a crap team this next season, have the money, roll it over to the following season, and be able to spend it where we need it to get better, which is obviously a quarterback. I do think Malik Willis is going to shock a lot of people, even though out of Dolphins minicamp, he has struggled at times, this and that. I think he'll have moments, but they're going to say at the end of the day, we need to get an actual franchise quarterback through the draft. This guy ain't going to cut it for us. And we don't have a wide receiver room. We do have an all-star at running back in Devon Achane. I think that him alone, Devon Achane, is your offense. Other than that,
pretty much
nada. They did get better on the offensive line, though. They did beef it up a little bit more and took a couple guys in. But this is going to be Buffalo's game. They're going to sweep this series. They're going to sweep the Jets series. We'll talk about New England in a moment because that's coming up. But I think this is going to be an easy win. Buffalo at home, big time win. Just blowing the doors off.
Yeah, look, Malik Willis, you asked me earlier, what's a fraud? Well, first off, Justin Herbert's a fraud. But additionally to that, it's a guy who, to me, you think something based on something small. And that becomes what they're like seen as. This guy comes out of college, out of Liberty, is a total flop after the draft. Nothing happens for him. Then he moves on to the Packers. Then Jordan Love gets hurt. He goes in. He has one good game. You could argue two. One good game. And now he's the starting quarterback, getting paid, getting a real-time deal from the Dolphins. Which
that's what I don't understand.
Greg, sorry.
Why did they pay him that kind of money?
What a joke of a deal. Second of all, I think what you're seeing in training camp, bro, that's exactly who he is. I'm sorry. He sucks. He is.
You know what their excuses are?
Do I think he's a top?
They wide
32
receivers still
quarterback?
have to get to know him. No, that's who he is. Like you said, the book
Bro,
is
that's who
open.
he is. Bro, and his best moments as a Packer were him running the football. It's got
Yeah,
nothing
I
to
know
do
Chip
with wide
Hafley knows
receivers.
him, but dude, it's a different team. It's a different team.
Yeah,
This is the
no,
Miami
no.
Dolphins.
People,
Where
it's
is
about to
the
be a rude awakening.
where's the grace though, guys? I just want to throw just a little.
This is the NFL.
Wait, we're talking week 11 of this season, not week
Okay,
2,
right.
and say give the guy a chance. We're already going to know if he's going to remain the starter or not by then.
Right. No,
Dude,
I'm just saying from the standpoint of how you guys are talking about mini camp and him trying to get to know the personnel and just look the grace in that. I know by week 11 we should already know what this team should be, but I'm just like we just gotta pump the brakes a little bit before we say he's ass. Like
he shouldn't be there, Seth. The problem is
Quinn
he
Ewers
shouldn't even be
should
there.
be the next man up.
Yes.
He played great at the end of the season with
I
nobody.
can't stand Quinn either. Quinn sucks too.
I know, but he's better than what we got.
Yeah. Look,
Or what they got.
real quick. Malik Willis, Seth, is not a starting NFL quarterback. So he shouldn't be there. I can't give him grace. I can give Fernando Mendoza grace. He's a rookie. Let's see what you got. You're on a team that got the first pick because they suck.
He's just now getting his shot.
I'll give you some grace. Bro.
He's just now getting his shot.
Seth, that's not the point. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a shot. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not going to see if he's good or if he's not good and give him a few weeks to. I'm not saying he's got to win week 1. I'm not saying that. I'm saying before you even get there, he shouldn't be there. That's all I'm saying. He is blessed to even get the opportunity. So no, he doesn't get 6 weeks to figure it out. He better come in there and play for what they gave him based off what they saw on him, which to this moment, I don't know what the fuck that is.
And he's
One
getting
game.
paid. Big time.
I just, he got paid way too much money.
Way too much.
Way too much.
They could have used that and helped out and got a better wide receiver or something defensively, maybe.
Granted,
I don't know why they didn't rock with Quinn Ewers, tank to death, just tank it out, get one of these quarterbacks coming out of the draft. Why did they pay Malik? I don't know. With their luck, they're going to win like 6 games, and then they're going to be like, well, actually, he might be kind of good, so maybe we can just rock with him again. And then, just no offense, Greg, 2-3 years from now, you're going to be in the exact same position because they're going to magically convince themselves that Malik's good enough to move forward.
This has been the same position they've been in since the last time they had a playoff win in 2020. They've been the same.
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks have they had? Do you guys know? How many quarterbacks have they had since 2020? It's like 30 in literally 26 years. It's not really that number, but it feels like that many.
Yeah.
It feels like that many. It's ridiculous.
I was
But
gonna
no,
yeah, 6 or 7. Yeah.
Oh no, it's more than that.
Dude.
Remember, middle of the season they changed hands a few times here and there, and then injuries and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So don't forget that. So a lot of quarterbacks, but
Yeah.
I mean, I
look
think
how much grace like they gave Tua. If they give Malik anywhere close to that much grace of like, oh, we'll give him more time. Oh, he'll be okay. Oh, well,
let's
dude,
waste 4
people
years,
think that
5
Mike
years.
McDaniel wasn't holding that ship together, but he was. And
He was,
they
yeah.
got as far as they got with that offense because of Mike McDaniel. So we will see what happens. But yeah, if it's you're a Dolphins fan, guys,
Buffalo. No,
spooky
I'm
hours.
saying, look,
I know Miami win these games. You know, once a year they tend to take one. They ain't taking one this year. I'm right there with you, Greg. So, all right, guys. Anyway, we tried to give the Dolphins a second, but shout out Minka Fitzpatrick. That's the dog over there. But that said, moving on through here, guys, to the next game, we got the Chiefs coming into Buffalo. Another primetime game, November 26th. What's this? Is this Black Friday game? Thanks. Yeah, Black Friday, right?
so yeah.
I think so.
think
Looks
this is
about
Thanksgiving.
right.
Thanksgiving.
What?
Thanksgiving. I think this is the.
Is it Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God. If I have to watch the Cowboys again on
Ah.
Thanksgiving, bro, I'm going to lose my shit. I know we have to, but I can't do it anymore. Chiefs at the Bills. We got a Bills team finally trying to break through and prove it. We know this is probably going to be a playoff matchup as well, potentially for the AFC Championship. And Josh gets a chance to have this one at home. And I feel like generally we have to see Josh go to Arrowhead. So it's a big moment for Josh Allen to try to get this here. Seth, coming to you first, man. Does Mahomes walk in here and do it again?
granted, this is week 12, so I think Mahomes will be back by this time, depending on what kind of rhythm he's in. I think I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. They usually get the better of them in the regular season. Postseason's a different story, but give me the Bills to celebrate Thanksgiving, going into Black Friday and the holiday season with the win over the Chiefs.
Greg.
Well, the Chiefs have a 2-0 record against the Bills in the playoffs, and I'm going to have to take the Bills in this. And Josh Allen and what happened last season, 28-21 victory. Mahomes looked shook after the game. Obviously, his presser, it looked like he literally just lost the Super Bowl. Go back and watch his presser. Look on his face, just like, grumpy. I think the Bills are going to come in and be like, let's make this a statement, because we have to meet them in the playoffs. Let's make it happen. We got to do something big here. And Allen had a pretty decent game, 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground. Cook ran well for 114 yards. Kincaid had a massive game. And the defense had 3 sacks and an interception. And I think they're going to keep that up. But Mahomes, after that knee injury, he's going to be like, what knee injury?
Right.
I'm coming out. I'm going back to the way I played, my style, our style. And it doesn't matter who surrounds Patrick Mahomes with the throws that he can make. I still got Josh Allen, though. I still got Josh Allen on this one. That defense can do
I got
something
Josh
better.
as well. And Seth, by the way, I do think Mahomes is back by now, and I think he's pretty much in full rhythm at this point. It's November football. They got their sights on something bigger here.
I
think
thought
he'll be
early in
back.
the season, right? He could be back week 1, or is that?
Yeah,
They said he could be back week 1, but they said they
That's what I
feel
thought.
very good he will be in full swing by week 4.
Gotcha.
And that sounds about right to me. So by now, I mean, yeah, they're rolling there, and God forbid he does miss the first few games. You got to think they really go on demon time and say, okay, we got to get that back now. So they got to go get it. So we'll see what happens, but I'm with you guys here, man. Going to take the Bills, not going to overthink this one. If it was in Kansas City, maybe different conversation, but I like Josh to finally get this one done Thanksgiving. Like you said, Greg, the last big game, we had to see this guy heartbroken. It'd be good to see him having a good time, eating some turkey. So we'll see what's up. But the rematch, December 6th, 4:25 p.m. Eastern time, Bills at New England. We all know Drake May is going to have this one circled after that first meeting earlier in the year. Got to get a win here if you're New England. Arguably could be a must-win game for the Bills as well. This could be the one that kind of seals up the AFC for them, gives them the 1 seed. You never know. Greg, how you feeling here, man?
Unfortunately, traveling to Foxborough, what's the weather going to be like? I know Buffalo weather is a certain way, but the fan base, how is Drake May playing? How is A.J. Brown playing? What's going on with the defense on Buffalo? Is everybody healthy? By this time last year, the injuries really started to plague this team. And one thing I can tell you about being injured and having to have surgery to repair an injury, no matter what you say, you're never the same player that you were. And a lot of these guys on defense, there were 2 guys that ruptured their Achilles last year, and they were big-time defensive guys. I can't remember their names. You'll have to excuse me on that. But if that's the case, if they're healthy, if their defense is full and they're not really missing any main players and their offense is starting to click on all cylinders, they could pull it off. But I still have Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, not Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, I'm trying to say Drake May. I'm still thinking about KC. I still got Drake May coming in there and saying, you know what, guys, this is a statement game. If we want to win the AFC East, like you said, this could be one to put the stamp on the AFC East. But the road runs through Foxborough. They proved it last year. Their defense has been great. Their offense is great. And I don't think Drake May is going to regress like some people are saying. I think the team's going to keep him up. Coaching staff's going to keep him up. A.J. Brown's going to keep pushing him up. And New England's going to actually come away with the W on this one, guys.
Seth, we got a Buffalo sweep here or no?
Nah, I believe I picked the Bills in the first matchup due to it being at home. So this one's going to be in Foxborough. So give me the Patriots. I think they split the series.
Guess I'll be him then. I'm going to go ahead and take Buffalo in this one to get this done. It's a quick travel to me. I don't think there's much here. God forbid it is a snow game December 6th. I actually think it benefits Josh Allen more than it does Drake May. Yes, they have the run game in New England, so you could argue that it's pretty damn similar. But it's also two quarterbacks that I trust in the snow. I just trust Josh a little bit more if we have to go through the air at all. So as long as Josh Allen doesn't have one of his freaking twice a year, 4 interception, can't hold on to the football games here, I think they get this done, especially if they're coming off a win over Kansas City. I got it as a win, but I'm going to do what I did earlier with the damn Rams. I'm not picking Buffalo to lose like any games here, so I'm going to go loss. But that could be because I think between this game and the Chiefs game, I think they very well go 1-1 there. So for that reason, I'll go ahead and finally give myself a L in the category. But another primetime game backs this one up, guys. December 13th, 8:20 p.m., this time in Green Bay. Another cold one, likely going to be a snow game here at this point in the year. You either like Jordan Love or you don't. Me personally, I like Jordan Love. I think he is a very underrated passer, takes a lot of risks, does bite him a little bit, but if he hits it, it's game over. And I don't know if the pass rush is good enough here to upset Jordan Love, which tends to be the one thing that really sets off Jordan Love. So weirdly, I'm going Packers on the money line to get this thing done. I like Josh, and I think they very well could win, but this just feels like a good Jordan Love game to me. And so for that reason, I got to go Packers here. Greg, what are you doing?
I'm going to say Buffalo, just because, like you said, if they're on the frozen tundra up in Green Bay, I don't think they're going to be. I mean, when it's been really, really cold, how many passes does Josh Allen usually throw? Not 30 or 40 a game. He'll probably do between 25 and maybe 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it's real cold.
Fumble. Yeah.
Yeah, he might fumble. But that's why I'm saying it'll be the James Cook show.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be taking him and whoever else is going to be the second tier. I know they just signed a guy from the UFL today. Not a big, sexy name out there, but they just brought in another guy who had phenomenal year. He actually played for, I believe it was Chicago, blew out his knee. He could really shore up and be like maybe that third guy that you could bring in. And I'm going to trust the run game and that offensive line, if they're all healthy, to say, make it the James Cook show, run the ball. They can definitely do it against the Green Bay Packers. And we all know James Cook is one hell of a running back, guys.
Yeah.
He's great.
I got a question for both of y'all. One, who do you trust December 13th outdoors? Who do you trust through the air more? I got this. This is a 3-part question. Josh Allen or Jordan Love through the air?
Give me Josh Allen by like a.
I was going to say the same thing,
really?
by like the smallest of margins, just because he's got a little more experience playing in that weather compared to Love.
Okay.
In Buffalo,
assuming he's not in jail, assuming he's not locked up, Josh Jacobs or James Cook?
Oh, shit.
Wow. I'm still going to take Cook. I think he's proven himself the last 3 seasons. And I think the reason why I'm really taking James Cook as the James Cook show for this game is not because they're just going to run the hell out of the ball. They're also going to be passing it to him.
Yeah.
You got to understand, I think he's been underutilized in their passing game for the last 3 seasons. I think he's had one time on the Bills. He's had over 400 yards receiving. He should have more. I think he's kind of got that Devon A-Chain effect. He's not as fast as Devon A-Chain, but man, they got to use it. He can catch the ball, man. He can.
Funny enough, give me Josh Jacobs, but I just purely off of how I think a snow game should be played. And
how deep is it, right?
Yeah, how deep.
He's just a bigger body.
Yeah,
Jacobs runs a little harder. He runs a little harder.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Okay. Defense. I love y'all.
Can we change that? Hold on. We change that? Because my rebuttal question to you and Riggs and Greg, what receiver core do you have faith in?
Oh, hang on. I'm getting there. Hang on. It's actually a 4-part question. Not that part, but real quick though, defense. Which one you want?
I'm I'm going to say whoever's healthier in this instance. I already said to you guys in the beginning, Buffalo's run D, terrible last year. Pass defense, phenomenal, best in the league. How good are they
Here's the
playing?
problem.
Are they healthy?
We're talking about this being a running game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We don't know how their defense is going to be. How much of a difference is Solomon?
Well, we
and
can't predict.
Chubbs
So
and all their
off
guys.
of who they are. If
Off
they
of
both
who they
come in
are,
healthy-
and this is the other thing too, different defensive coordinators. So I'm like, I don't even want to answer the question because we don't know.
Yeah,
There's so much
Green
we
Bay.
don't know.
Green Bay,
Exactly.
folks.
It-
That's the answer.
I'll say this.
That's
Putting,
the thing. Changes in coaching, not usually good at all because
Yeah.
the team
I
has
was
to
gonna say,
adapt to the new coaching
converting
style.
From a 4-3 to a 3-4.
Yeah,
And you're going against a heavier back.
I'm gonna go with that guy right there. I'm gonna have to go with that guy right there.
Those run lanes are going to be massive, in my opinion. Just depending on how well the secondary fills in the gaps for Buffalo. So
Mhm.
give me the Packers defense.
Fair. So, final question: which coach do you want?
I think that one's pretty easy.
Yeah, one would think, but you guys trying to give Buffalo a case here, even though the more you start adding up the numbers, this thing's
Well,
leaning
look,
a little bit. towards
I'd rather
Packers,
take the
so-
guy I'd rather take Josh Allen because look, he can also run the ball.
Mhm.
Yes, he can fumble it, but anybody can when you're in Green Bay, when you can't feel your hands or your face. Anybody can fumble the ball. I mean, Love fumbles the ball too.
Yeah. I've been a big
He throws picks. Yeah, he throws
He
a lot of
does.
picks.
I've been a
Josh
big
Allen had a bad pick season last year too. He had 10 picks.
I've been a big fan of Joe Brady. I was very hardly pushing for the Steelers to make him the new head coach. But I understand the question because Matt LaFleur is also a very great offensive-minded coach. I just think Joe Brady has just a little bit more swag.
Oh my God, this is
So
crazy,
I'm gonna give
bro.
the swag boost to Joe Brady and his offense.
You're gonna take first year Joe Brady over LaFleur in this game from a coaching standpoint.
Bro, Joe Brady has
That's
been keeping
crazy,
the team
bro.
in it for years. What are we talking about?
Wait.
Brady fell into
Like
this spot.
Joe Brady could surprise you because you know who he's got in his back pocket
He's a
as
good
his
coach.
senior advisor that's there? Do you know?
Who?
John Fox.
Dog.
John Fox is coaching him up how to
Fact.
do this stuff.
I like that.
Two-time Super Bowl, was on how many teams for how many years, but the two are also on the Saints when they had Drew Brees. So you can't discount
right.
and just say, because Matt LaFleur, come on, man. You could still say Joe Brady could surprise a lot of people. He knows that offense. He's going to have his hands in it. Not much is going to change.
Yep.
Again, who knows what DJ Moore can do, but don't discount the fact that just because he's 36, first-year coach, doesn't mean he's going to be garbage. And just because Matt LaFleur is more experienced.
12-week head coach over LaFleur in this game.
Why can't
You
we?
can't.
Why can't
Dog,
we?
you can't, bro.
Well,
Stop,
unfortunately, it's going to be
bro.
Matt LaLuz. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, listen, the real answer to these questions, guys, is LaFleur is the better guy. They have the home field advantage. Josh Jacobs is going to have a bigger game here. Part of that being because the defense advantage in the run stopping does go to the Packers here over the Bills in this game. Quarterback, I agree. I think it's a toss-up. Now, my question was through the air. Through the air, I actually go Jordan Love. Quarterback purely, I guess I'll go Josh Allen. For me, you add everything up here. The fact that they're at home, it's a Packers win. It's tight. Like you guys said, all
It's
of these
very
questions could have gone either way. It's
going to be a
tight.
sloppy game. If
But-
it's snowing, it's going to be sloppy.
When the betting odds come around, folks, and
We'll
the
see.
Packers are getting 3.5, you better fucking take it. That's
Just
all
Riggs,
I'm
don't-
saying.
Just
All
don't
right?
forget all of the different variables that surround a game. Weather,
100%.
injuries, all of that stuff.
100%.
And where is the Buffalo defense at that part
Here's
of the
my
season?
thing.
How well they mission?
Greg, I feel you. We can't predict that.
I would say we don't work on
Like,
hypotheticals on this. We're
on
going off stats
paper,
from last year, man.
on- I get
And
that,
what we
but
saw.
on paper, if the Chiefs are supposed to be top
Oh,
five
yeah.
defense, but we get to
I
week
get it.
14 and they suck, like obviously that would change your pick in week 14, right?
Oh, yeah,
But
honestly, yeah.
going off what we know and what they can do and who they have, that is my thoughts there. I have to assume every team's fully healthy, which they never are, but assuming every team's fully healthy, here's where we're at, right? So
Yeah.
anyway,
I
all
don't
right,
know.
so I got
My
the
gut
Pack.
instinct, and I think Seth
Y'all got
agrees that
Buffalo.
it's just for some reason, just the Buffalo Bills, it just feels like they march into there. It's the end of the season. This is where I said this is the stretch. The New England game, the Green Bay game, the next one, and the next one after that, which I'm not going to say what it is because we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
This is the critical stretch of what will define if they make the playoffs, if they win the AFC East, where are they going to be seated if they are actually in the playoffs? And if they pull duds on these and they don't win these 4 games, that could be their season.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't think Josh Allen lets this one go. And he's like, man, we're going to win this. Same thing with the defense.
Fair. Well, I'm interested to see if you guys disagree with me now because I have the Packers winning, but I also have the Bills beating the Bears. Now, a lot of people like the Bears, December 19th, yet another primetime game here. Cold one outdoors in Buffalo. Seth shaking the hand. Oh, my God. Get this man off the damn Madden cover. He shouldn't be there. Look,
This
the
man.
Bills win this, and you know what, Seth? You ain't going to like this, bro. This a double-digit game. Light work. Give me the Bills, bro. Your boy gets exposed again. Give me the Bills. Seth, go ahead because I know you got some shit to say. So, fire.
I'm just going to sit back on this one.
All I gotta say is what album just dropped a couple weeks ago? That's right.
You mean the guy who thinks he's gonna take a fucking tag name because it's gonna be an album cover and he's like, I am the Iceman. Yeah, that's how stupid he is, bro. He's that dumb.
Hey man, all I gotta say is I think Caleb Williams has found the key. Ben Johnson has unlocked the Ferrari, and the Iceman is here, man. That's all I gotta say. I think I'll give the Bills. The Bills can get the Packers win, but when they go to Soldier Field, it's an L, just flat out.
First off, real quick, it's in Buffalo.
Yeah, I was about to say they're not in Chicago at Soldier Field.
Regardless,
yeah.
Well, they're going to turn Buffalo, New York into Soldier Field. Let's put it.
All right, look, Seth, I might talk a lot of shit, say a lot of things. I'm scared because I think you believe that. Like for real. Like you really believe that he's that guy.
Shebang. That's all I gotta say. Shebang. Caleb Williams.
All right, Greg. Greg, go ahead. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's how
you're really gonna take Caleb Williams over a Josh Allen team at Highmark Stadium? Like I said, last 4 games of the season defines. Last 6 games of the season defines the Buffalo Bills. If they go into this last stretch of 6 games, and let's say they have 2 or 3 losses, do you think they're going to be at home against the Chicago Bears and Caleb? I'm cold and I can't throw the ball anymore, and I'm getting sacked all the time. Williams, you're gonna think they're gonna let them come in there and do that? You think their defense is gonna be better than the Bills' offense by this time? Josh Allen's gonna be like, hold my drink, bitch. Put up 350 yards on a Bears defense that's going to struggle. It's going to be loud. From what I've heard, that stadium is going to be loud. It's designed that way. That's going to have an effect on a quarterback who, yes, has played at some loud stadiums in college. Mm-hmm. I've been to Soldier Field. I'm from Chicago. It can get loud.
Yes.
But let's see how he can do things there. And I just don't see Caleb Williams being like, you're talking like he's this godsend to the Chicago Bears. Guess what they have a problem with? It's the same thing with the Miami Dolphins. They think they got the guy. He's not the guy. He's not going to be the guy. If anything, he will be, but he's still got more time. It's going to be the Bills, man. Josh Allen and company, they're going to have to make statements, man. Statement win, another one again. They had another one after this. We'll talk about it in a second, I know.
I like that soliloquy you just did, Greg. But I will agree. I'll take the point of saying that, yes, Caleb Williams does still need some time. He's still very young. I got you. But we're skipping the fact that this Bears defense was the leading defense when it came to takeaways last year. So we're saying that this.
So why were they not in the Super Bowl? I know if you win the turnover battle, you'll win the games. Why weren't they in the Super Bowl then? I know they're plus 22. You don't need to tell me. I looked it up too. I looked at the stat lines.
Caleb Williams. Yeah.
Hey,
okay.
Wait. Let me ask you this: what was the Seattle Seahawks turnover margin, and what was the New England Patriots turnover margin for the entire regular season?
Oh,
because it doesn't mean jack shit in the regular season. It's the postseason that matters.
I give you that.
You can be
Yes,
plus
the
22
postseason-
and not make the playoffs.
The postseason does matter. All those games have a higher magnitude, but I just feel like this Bears defense, they didn't really lose a whole lot, but they definitely gained a couple guys, especially on that defensive
they did.
line, to boost the pressure. And what have we been saying this whole time when it comes to the questions for the Bills? Is that defense or is that offensive line going to be
Offensive
able
line,
to,
yeah.
going to withstand pressure and keep Josh Allen upright? So I think
Same
this
thing
is-
for Caleb Williams.
Granted, yes, but I think the Bears they've been in a better place when it comes to the offensive line more than the Bills have, putting the right talent around.
Yeah, didn't they add a big piece to their offensive line? Actually, now that I think about it,
Who?
didn't they bring in a free agent or did they make a trade? I'm trying to remember this offseason.
The Bills or the
Oh, the Bears.
I
I
want to
think
say
they did, or was it the previous year?
I
'Cause
want
I
to
remember they were like, he got sacked at ridiculous amount of sacks
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, and they're like, we got to do something with our offensive line. So
it was this past year.
it was the previous season. Okay, so listen, they played all right last year, going 11-6. They made the playoffs, just got in there in an NFC that wasn't ultra loaded with like crazy, super ultra talented teams as competitive as the AFC was. But I think Buffalo's going to take this one because, yeah, Caleb Williams is not going to do it. He's just not going to do it. He's going to go back to form of his rookie year.
I don't think Ben Johnson allows that.
No, I do think he'll get better, though. I do think he is going to be the face of the franchise. He will get better, but it's going to take him some time.
Seth,
I
you
think
need to
that-
admit it at this point. You're talking about how good the damn defense is, bro. Just say he's just like CJ Stroud. Call him CJ Stroud plus.
Hell no.
That's all he is, bro. That's all he
CJ
is.
Stroud is a bum. That name should never be mentioned in this household ever again.
You just spent
Caleb
all this
Williams-
time talking about how good the defense was. Why?
I-
So,
but
so
I didn't
question.
even-
Question.
I didn't even
Why the hell is he
mention
on a Madden cover? Why is he
I
on a
didn't
Madden cover?
I didn't
What did he
mention
do?
Colston Loveland. I didn't mention Zacchaeus. Granted, yes, they just gave up DJ Moore, but they just got they still got Ronald Dunze. They still got Manungai in the backfield. They got all these dudes, and they're all young.
And they still lost.
What do you mean? It was their first year. Their first
Oh,
year.
they
in
got all these great guys and all these things. Bro.
We got to pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
Bro, I swear to God. You know, I don't got time for this. Hey, crowd, give it to the man.
Hey, don't be mad when we don't be mad when we see the Iceman come through on what was that December
Oh my
19th?
God. You basically just explained all the weapons he has around him, how great his coach is, how great the defense is. And yet when they go win 9 games or when the defense plays great all game and Caleb Williams finally, after 3 quarters of not doing shit, has one drive, people are like, this man gets it done. Bro, he doesn't do shit. He's literally like the opposite Justin Herbert. The only thing he does is win late in games. He does nothing all game. He's so beyond mid. They have 2 field goals at halftime. They don't score anything. The defense keeps them in all these games. And then boom, which is why when they needed to win finally, when it became playoff time to win, and Caleb didn't do shit, bro, the defense ain't going to bail you out every time. Ask CJ. They're going to get you there to the dance. But if you can't get it done, you're just another CJ Stroud to me, Seth. And that's exactly what he is. So get his ass off Madden. I ain't buying Madden, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm boycotting. They got me screwed up. But anyway, all right. Real quick, guys. I know we're taking forever here, so we're going to go ahead and get through these picks as quick as we can. But
Hey, man,
final
these are
picks-
serious discussions.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Unfortunately, we got to do 32 of them. Look, the Bears for Seth. Bills for me. Greg?
Bills.
Bills. Thank God. All right.
The Bills. The Bills.
I really wish we had time. So, Greg, you're obviously you're a little newer to the show, but we have a lot of Broncos fans who watch this show, and I have been very heavily criticized for being overly mean to them, even though that was like where we started. But I feel that I am a realist, and I feel that Broncos fans tend to be a little bit cuckoo. Example. They think Sean Payton's God. I don't understand that. I think Sean Payton's an idiot. But hey, here we are. So getting into this Bronco game, I'm going to do my pick very, very quickly. Maybe it's against the grain. Maybe another defense bails out another coach. Maybe. But I got the Bills walking into Denver, getting it done Christmas Day, 4:30 p.m. Hell of a football game. Probably comes down to kickers. I never said anything about Tyler Bass, but he hits a game winner in this one. Give me the Bills. 23-20. Bills get it done. Greg, where are you going?
That close. Because
Yep.
I'm going to agree with you on the score, but I'm going to flip it. I'm going to say Denver's going to take this just because I picked them to go 12-5. And I mean, I'm looking at like last season and how they
Fair.
faced them in the divisional round. And I mean, it did come down to the kickers and just who had the ball last, or it was who had the ball first in overtime. I believe it was just one possession. Denver had it, and that was it, right? Or was it two?
Mm-hmm.
I can't recall exactly how the game played out. It's been a while. And I just think Denver has it. They're going to still have their number. And I do think, though, Buffalo squeaks it out. And I'll tell you what's going to happen at the end of this, but I do think that they could potentially meet each other in exactly the same spot they did this past season in the playoffs. I'm going to say
the refs
playoff
can't
preview.
bail you twice.
Nope,
So-
they can't, but I'm still taking Denver. I'm going to take 23-20 in this, and it's going to be I think it's going to be a kicking fiesta for the most part.
Yeah. We also got people in the comments saying, like Cowboys fans. Maybe that was me saying that Broncos fans are delusional. Cowboys fans. Yeah, we know Cowboys fans are. Shout out to our guy Thunder. Hey, it's our year. Anyway, Seth, what you got here? 23-20 for both of us, opposite sides.
Give me Bills. I think they want to right the wrong that they felt they had last season in the playoff game, so they get it done. But I can see a 23-20 kind of game. Give me Bills.
23-20, guys. Just a few games left here. 2 to go. Going to be a tough one here. By the way, when that game comes out, I'm going to assume that the Broncos are the slight favorite there, maybe 1.5, 2.5 points. It would make sense at that point in the year, but something to keep an eye on. But if you're going to give Buffalo dog money and they're healthy, I don't know how you don't take it. And God forbid the game goes to overtime. Lord knows Sean Payton tucks his panties in overtime, forgets how to call plays. So that would be a Bills win anyway. So just throwing that out there. But anyway, guys, jumping on over crunch time, Bills at Dolphins. Not going to waste our time here on January 3rd. That's a dub for the Bills. The Dolphins should try to lose that game, even though they don't have to try to. They should. And then moving on through, Jets at the Bills, finishing with some cakewalks. Maybe Josh Allen gets a little bit of a breather. Maybe they get that bye week. We'll see what happens. Kind of see what they got in the second-hand category. God forbid quarterback breaks an ankle. Shout out Bo Nix, and you got to run a backup later in the playoffs. Can you get it done? Maybe they'll figure that out. But, gentlemen, I need to know, Seth, I'll come to you first. Your record prediction, which will obviously tell us if they're a playoff team or not, unless you say 9 wins, and then you can give us the difference. Record prediction, and how deep in the playoffs do they go?
What I say? I think I gave them 4 losses because I know I had them splitting with the Patriots, losing to the Chargers, the Bears, and did I have them losing to someone else? I don't think so. So maybe only 3 losses. So does that make them what?
14-3.
14-3? Playoff team. Yeah. I don't see them losing a lot of games. Or no, I did have them losing to the Rams. So
Yeah.
Was that 12-4? 12-4?
13-4. Yep.
13-4. Thank you. 13-4, playoff bound.
AFC Championship winner, yes or no?
If not, win. If
Don't
not
tell me
now.
who the other team is in the AFC Championship because we ain't covered that shit yet. So
Yeah. My thing is, if not now, win. But I don't think so. I don't think we
Okay.
see them in the AFC Championship game. I think we see them knocking at the doorstep once again, but they don't get it.
all right, Greg.
I'm not going to even. I'm simple. 12-5. I think that's what all my stuff added up to. I see them and New England battling this thing out throughout the entire season. I see New England having pretty much the same exact record. And that's why I said the two biggest games of the entire season are those two New England games. If they can win all of their AFC East games except for one and they lose to New England and New England somehow blows it against Miami or the Jets, somehow falls apart, they'll walk away with the AFC East crown. They get into the playoffs. And I think it's going to be kind of a scrambled up playoff compared to what it was last year. I think we're going to see a lot of movement in terms of positioning. So I think it's crazy. I'm going to say it. Some of you guys are going to leave me like, you're crazy, man. I do see them getting to the AFC Championship to play the Kansas City Chiefs because I do think Patrick Mahomes is going to reinvigorate Kansas City, and they're going to come out there and be like, all right, we're getting back to business, and they're just going to come out there and we're all going to be shocked. They could even be the number one seed in the AFC, and we could be like, oh, my God. And then I do see them sneaking, and when I say sneaking in, I do mean it, into the Super Bowl. Bills Mafia gets their wish, but they don't win the Super Bowl this year. I don't think they have enough. Defensively, they don't have a deep enough wide receiver room. Just not enough there, but I think they get lucky. I'm going to say they get lucky, guys. I hate to say it, Bills Mafia. Sorry. They get lucky.
My one concern is the wide receiver room and the run defense is definitely a big one too. I'm not as high on Joe Brady as you guys. I like Joe Brady. I think he's going to do good. I just don't want to over expectations him, if you would. I think if he was that good, he would have been picked up before McDermott got fired in any of the other opportunities that he could have been picked up, but that's okay. Anyway, I feel very confident. I did read your article on sportsforummedia.com, Greg. Guys, go check it out. It is the full Bills preview, offseason moves, end of last year, expectations for this year, playoff appearances, best bets, you name it. It is on that article for you. We'll go ahead and actually, let's just go ahead and throw it on the screen for you guys real quick, just so you guys can see a little sneak peek of that article. But anyway, for me, you said 12-5 on your article, Greg, and I got to be honest with you. That feels fair to me. According to this show, I have them a lot closer to 13-4. I'm kind of like Seth in that point of view.
It's
but
a
let me
tough
tell you
schedule, though, man.
Over 10.5 is the win total for the Bills. That is insane to me. I feel very good
so
about
low.
11. I mean, you look at last year. What the Patriots were 13-4 last year. They're showing that you can win 12, 13 games.
They were 14-3.
Bro, if we go back again and look at this, I can't pick out 6 losses. I can find 5. I think 6 is like peak, and then you still get it. So for them to lose 7 games, Josh has to go down, whatever. We can't plan for that, guys. So I think the over 10.5 wins is literally one of the best futures on the board right now. So take the Bills over 10.5 wins to get that done. I am going to say that they do go to the AFC Championship. I am going to say that they win the AFC Championship. And I can't tell you who's going to be representing from the NFC or if the Bills are going to win. But sneak peek, it ain't the Rams, baby. That's all I got for you. So there's that. But all right, gentlemen, we have gone beyond overtime. We appreciate you guys for tapping in. Thank you guys for hanging out today. As always, tap in with us. We're pretty much, guys, Giants over under the Giants show. I don't think we got to the Giants show yet. Giants show is next week, though. We got the article going up for Giants. Yep. So stay tuned. Yeah, sneak peek. Sorry. But guys, definitely Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, live 6 p.m. Eastern time for you guys, covering more college football previews, more NFL previews. And by the way, shout out to our guy CBUFC. Check him out. UFC picks this weekend. We're not going to have any weekend shows for you guys, but you can check him out there on Instagram. But until next time, Mr. Greg Andrews at Sports Talk _Greg, Seth Douglas at S&D Sports Media, myself at Rig Sports Talk, the Sports Forum at Sports Forum CO, and the website, guys, sportsforummedia.com. Tons of stuff going up for you this weekend. Take care. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.